At least like
Kids.
junior high. Yeah.
Yes, certainly
Yes.
middle school. Classic. Classic.
Classic.
Classic.
That's okay.
It's probably best. It's probably for the best.
Oh, what are you using now? Oh, a different layout. Yeah. Ah,
Ooh.
cool.
More of our
I can
face.
see me.
Speaking of which,
Bigger.
we should
Zoom.
take a look at
Now
that.
zoom.
Salad.
Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, that's stupid. That is very dumb.
Very dumb.
We should,
What is that?
still muted somehow?
Uh-oh.
You're still muted.
This is the inverse. Usually
That's
we're
not
muted. They can hear you, but
Still
not us.
silent too.
Yay.
I'm just waiting for the stream to pop up on my thing here so I can see the chat.
Oh, hi.
Sorry
Hi,
if
everyone.
Nobody.
Sade.
Oh, how come you get to see
Nightbot,
it?
Flying squirrel. I don't know. Normally it takes a long time for it to load for me, but it didn't.
I'm insulted. I
Would
just have
be-
to imagine who's there.
Rude. Would be interesting to hear a whole session from players and no DM. That actually would be.
Wait, the chat
would be
runs the
fun.
session.
I feel like there'd be not
Ultimate
very much
chaos.
context.
Ultimate
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah, that would be pretty chaotic.
All the NPCs are just us replying.
Just like Twitch plays Pokemon, but with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I guess you could all kind of write your own stories for what Kyle is supposed to be saying. That would be interesting. Sounds like a creative writing project in school.
Somebody's probably done it. Somebody somewhere has done a crowdsourced
sure.
D&D session.
Probably. Players mutiny and mute DM.
Why is this not appearing for me?
Hi, Rich Banks.
I want to see the people.
All the NPCs are people in chat.
If chat wasn't so like slow, not saying that you guys are slow,
Wow,
But, like, there's a
saying,
delay.
like, there's
Yeah.
a delay.
There's a delay from
There-
YouTube.
there is
to us,
actually,
so there would be a decent amount of dead space.
There's a mode. I think you can set it to low, like lowest, super low latency mode if you want for more immediate interaction. I think YouTube defaults to like a sort of a middle
I think,
latency
yeah,
mode.
like 30 seconds or something.
I don't know if it's that high, but it's high. Yeah.
I think it depends
Compared
on
to
your
Twitch.
internet too.
Yeah.
Twitch is basically instantaneous, so
Yeah. Not for my internet. At least when
It should
I'm
be.
sitting in chat, like I always feel like I'm behind from what like other people are
I see,
saying.
right? You see them responding to the things you haven't even
Yeah,
seen yet.
and I'm like, what? And then they'll say it, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
now I understand. But it doesn't line up for me, which is probably just my internet.
Or you can come hang out on my streams where I always run 10 to 15 minutes behind in chat no matter what. So that's just how I roll. Constantly
Hi.
behind.
Michael asked, "Is there any way to post fan art?" That's not a silly question at all, man. I
It's
drew
definitely not a silly
Dune
question.
a while back and thought it would be fun to share. Absolutely, we would love that. I think you would like Make Nick's night.
Maxie would be
We
honored
right?
to see this.
yeah, we have Twitter.
And then just at
us or roll for
Us, yeah.
relaxation roll. Is that what? That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't
is,
check
right?
that one that
like it
often.
and
Probably.
Twitter
tweet
is
it.
just
Maybe
tweet
just
ends.
at
a wee bit stagnant. But yes, tweeting to
Yeah.
us individuals is probably the best way.
Yeah,
Or if you don't
totally.
want it to be like public
A
for
big-
some
yeah.
reason, if you just want us to see it, then I don't know what's the best. We'll figure out something.
maybe you just DM it to Nick and then he can share.
Yeah,
it
sure.
with us.
DM
Yeah,
it to me. I don't
totally.
know if you got me on. Yeah, sure. Somehow send it to one of us. The
Yeah,
ASMR
totally.
nerd
We
at
would love to see
gmail.com.
it.
It will always accept your fan art as well.
There you go.
That's super cool.
It is really cool. I am. Dune is touched by this. Watch me get it, and it's like Dune looking like a total dingus, just being an idiot. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it's not. But
It's just
if
all
it
black
was-
with some eyes. It's just it's Dune at
Or
night.
it's
Do
Dune
we?
like Hutchinson
Shadow
doing
or
his
Dune?
night.
I am the void.
Oh,
I gotta show you. Okay, now that we're talking about void cats, I gotta show you pictures. My parents'
Place of
void
the-
cat. Yeah, like little black cats. I found he's so cute. This is my mom sends me pictures of our cats literally every day. Well, they're cats.
I
whatever.
love that.
But this is Stella.
Stella.
Cutie. Yeah, she's cutie. And then a black cat.
Love her.
And,
I want a black cat.
Ollie.
So bad.
Oh, here's Stella looking like a cat snake. I'm just
Cat snake.
Snake.
the rest of the stream is just going to be me showing you
Cats
pictures
are
of my
liquid.
parents' cats.
Totally fine.
I love that. Yeah.
And then this is Ollie, who's their rag doll, and he's
Oh,
So
he's so
beautiful.
precious.
a very pretty cat.
Oh
He's
my
also
gosh.
a bad kitty, but
Is he super snuggly?
well, when he's in a snuggly mood, yes, but also
That's
he has like
fair, that's
raising hell
fair.
moods.
Younger
Yeah.
cats are more raising hell and less snuggles.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. They're still pretty. Yeah.
yeah.
When did they get them?
Last May, so
Okay.
or
Okay.
June, May, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're under a year anyway. They're like 9 months or something.
Yeah.
8 months. Okay, I still can't see this episode here, so just want to send me a link because I'd like to see chat.
Rude.
Can you just
You
drop a
do?
link
It's weird that
in
it's not
the
showing.
Yeah, yeah.
Discord? I don't know why. It's just being that way. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that thumbnail.
Oh, thanks. I made it 5 minutes ago.
So well done 5 minutes ago.
He labored over it for a very, very long time.
Wow, there was more time before that searching for an image that worked.
Cool
Not finding-
underwater ruins.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can see who's here.
Yay.
Yo, shout out to the Nightbot. Thanks for being here, Clay. Once again, keep an eye on the chat because, man, YouTube chat these days is spammy AF.
It really is, huh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
spammy. Yeah.
I feel bad
crazy.
for people who don't have like mods in their chat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did a full length stream on my YouTube channel like a week and a half ago, which I very rarely do full length streams on YouTube, but and yeah, just the amount of spam was way worse than on Twitch. Whatever auto moderator they have working, like the auto mod caught a lot of legitimate people trying to speak, but not the spammers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, it
YouTube
does
is trying to do something about, well, I don't know, just spam in general. There was this one point, I want to say a few weeks back, where I had so much spam that my whole held for review was just filled with spam. But then YouTube like turned up the filter, and then I had even more crap in my hide for review, but it was like every time somebody replied to a
Yes.
comment,
Oh my gosh, yes.
I
Yeah.
had to go through and like say yes, that's fine.
Say that's
yes,
fine.
It's
yeah.
just someone
Even if it's
saying-
just them saying like LOL or something.
Yeah,
Any
it was
response,
just-
it was like,
At some point,
like,
I
YouTube,
asked
what's wrong? Calm down.
people like,
Yikes.
what's your Hogwarts house? And every single reply I got on that pinned comment, I had to accept.
Jeez.
Everybody
I
knows Hogwarts very controversial.
Apparently, oh my
I guess
gosh,
so.
it was so frustrating. But hopefully, they fix
Hufflepuff
that.
would be a good brand of wheat. Like,
It
Wow,
would.
I'm sure somebody suggested that before.
yeah.
Absolutely, it'd be very mellow, you know.
I think YouTube also did a spam clean out recently.
What does that
Because-
even mean?
So they like do these. I think it's like 4 times a year. They'll go in and they will like clean out the spam subscribers.
Accounts, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yes.
you'll see like a pretty decent drop over. I mean, not like thousands and thousands, but you'll
Right,
notice
but
it.
more than
Potentially
normal,
hundreds.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They generally do cleanouts like once a day at night, but every once in a while
They do like a big one.
A deep
yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Oh no, why did I lose so many subs?" And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
did
like,
too. It's just another
Happens
cleanout. It's all
every
right.
year,
Yeah,
several
it's
times
just
a year. It's okay.
bot accounts. Yeah, they'll be
Yeah,
back.
they usually give you a warning, like a little thing
They
pops up
do.
in studio being like,
Yeah.
hey, you might see your subscriber count do crazy stuff in
Only-
the next day or two.
Only on the computer version though, not on the
That's
app
true.
version.
It's
Yeah.
weird to me that there's like such a lack of feature parity between like
Right.
desktop and mobile studio.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
using the studio on my phone for the longest time, and I went to desktop to go do like a more in-depth settings, and I was looking at the analytics, and I could not believe
How
some
much-
of the things they had on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
I
so
was
much more.
blown
There's some very
away.
cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is some really cool stuff on there. Do I know what it means? Yeah, kind of. But like,
Sometimes.
I
Some
don't
of
know.
it, some of
Sometimes
it.
I'm like, this is awesome knowledge, but I don't know what to do with this.
That's the thing. I feel like they give you a lot
Yeah.
of knowledge, but they don't necessarily tell you like
Yeah.
actually how to improve or like how to apply it. I mean, some things they do. Some of them you can kind of tell, but it's like, okay, like you want more impressions, but they don't tell you how to get more impressions
Yeah.
or how to like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
And
sometimes
they
they'll
also
say-
have like, oh, these videos had the most returning viewers, and it'll rank it from like a month, and it was like,
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, that's really cool, but all these videos are different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what ties these together? I don't know.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
leave that to you to
Yeah.
figure out, I guess. But yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all random.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot more on desktop than there is on the app.
And to be fair, it is a lot more insightful than it used to be. YouTube Analytics used to just be basically a bunch of like raw data, and it was just like, I don't know, do something with it. But now it's like, at least they try to summarize trends and tell you things like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, like
And they do
fewer
actually
reviews are coming from YouTube search and that kind of stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do actually like have little videos too that they put like that the YouTube Creator
try,
Central puts
yeah.
out, and like some of them it's just kind of repeating the same stuff, but every once in a while there's like a little thing and you're like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. Like that's actually helpful.
Yeah. I think there was one point where I would overreact, I think, to some of these analytics, because like there are so many factors, and you have to actually think about that. So for example, it would
Yeah.
there's this one thing that says at this time is when most of your viewers are online, and it's always changing. So sometimes it shows that a lot of people are online on Sunday afternoons, and sometimes it shows that there's none on Sunday afternoons. So there would be moments where I'd be like, oh my gosh, I should start uploading on Mondays, and then I actually would, and I switch back and forth. And then I realized, like, this data is like by the week, and sometimes
Right. Like
it's
Super
basic-
Bowl. It's probably
like Super
you know,
Bowl or whatever. So
Yeah.
I just need to I need to not have my phone on. Sometimes I just need to like not react and realize
Yeah.
that there are outside factors,
Yeah, totally.
especially with my videos when I'm like, oh, this one didn't do well, and then I have to be like, wait, there are outside factors.
Don't freak
No.
out.
Yeah,
Don't
totally.
freak out from these analytics.
Totally. Yeah.
So-
Well, and sometimes like I'll have videos that like when I first post them for the first like 2 hours, they're like 10 of 10 and just doing awful.
Yes.
But then overnight they jump up to like maybe 3 or 4 or even like 1 or 2. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I just need to not watch the analytics for the first 2 hours because I do
Oh
that.
my
And then I'm like,
gosh.
how many views do I have? How many
true.
views do I have now? Refresh. How many views do I have now? It's like,
That's
just
like-
stop,
Good.
stop. That's
I'm
not how they
so
just
bad
stop.
at that because
Yeah,
I try
me
to do
too.
the thing where I like all the comments within the first 30 minutes because
Mm-hmm.
because those are like my most dedicated followers.
Yeah, totally,
right?
your most loyal
So I want to
followers. Mm-hmm.
like their comments, but at the same time, that's when my brain is the most anxiety ridden. So
Right.
it's unhealthy for me to be there right when I post.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I do my best to just like after 30 minutes I disappear
Yeah.
because otherwise you get stuck looking at it.
Yeah, I try not to look too well. Okay, I try not to. I do usually end up looking, but like I try not to look like even just the whole first evening, because
that's a
like
good
the number
idea.
it goes from like 10 to 7 to
does.
10 to 2
Definitely
to
do
10.
not have that much
It goes
willpower.
all over the place.
I
Yeah.
trust me, I try my hardest, but
No, I know.
usually check
That's why
every
I said I
hour.
try. Yeah.
I've gotten better though because it used to really, really affect me when I had like a 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. But so in the beginning of January it was really bad and I was like, oh my god, I like
Yeah.
my videos suck, like ugh. But after a while you're like, okay, I'm okay with this 10 out of 10. It's just how it is, you know.
So,
Yeah.
could you
Getting
explain
better at
that system for the non-YouTubers watching?
Oh,
Like, what does 10
yeah.
out of 10 mean for them?
It means out of the last 10 videos, it's performing 10th well. Like, so 10 is bad. 10 out of 10 is bad.
Perfect 10
You
is
want it to be
valid.
ranked 1. Yeah. Yeah. No, I said that to my husband once and he was like, 10 out of 10, isn't that good? I'm like, no, oh, sorry. No. 1, you want to be first out of 10, not 10th out of 10. So 10 out of 10 is bad. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
all things considered. Yeah.
Mhm. They have started doing that handy thing where if you mouse over the position or the views or whatever. It shows you a little bar like this is your normal range. and
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
where
that's
your
really
current
nice.
views
I
are.
like that they do
That
that.
is nice.
Again, though,
yeah.
it's just driving you towards being like, got to compare this to my previous
right.
performance. Like, oh god,
Yeah.
at the bottom of the bracket, what does it mean?
Seriously.
Sometimes I really like it, but sometimes I hate it. You know.
Yeah.
I
No,
do
for
like
sure.
I do like to be, because I mean in this sense it's hard to be, I mean, competitive with others because everybody's numbers are all so different.
Yeah.
You almost never find anybody who's really close to you,
Yeah.
so you have to compete with yourself.
With
in a
yourself,
way.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so
No,
I
you
do
do.
like that, but sometimes, you know, when it doesn't go the way you want it to go, that's when it's not good.
Yeah.
Like for the past 2 weeks, I'd say I've been getting a lot of 8 to 10 out of 10s, and it's just been like, I hate to say that it affects me, and it really does. It affects me.
No, I mean,
but-
it's hard not to be
Same.
affected.
Yeah,
by
it's
it,
funny
you know?
because like in your mind you're like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like this because
It
it's
is what
that
it
time of
is.
year.
Yeah,
There's
right.
always
And
gonna
like
be a
things
down
always ebb and
period.
flow. Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody else is not doing well, and no matter how much you justify it or how much you know logically it's gonna be that way, you can never, your feelings, you can never stop them.
Yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
you know when we put out videos, we've been working on them for so long, and
Yeah.
they're, you know, I mean, I never put out a video that I don't like. I mean, there are some that I like really, really love, and there are some that are, you know, maybe less of an investment, but they still are things that I like, and that like I recorded and I edited this, and I spent hours working on this, and I would really like it if people liked it, and then when you get those low numbers, it's just like, okay.
I think what's going
you
on
know.
is because I've been getting like high click-through rate but low impressions, and so what I'm thinking is what it means that YouTube is not sharing the video quite as much, but when it does, it is getting clicked on.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, okay, it's partially YouTube's fault, but
Right.
you know.
You would think that the algorithm would see the good like click through rate and be like, oh, we should push our videos
Yeah,
more.
or
And it
like,
makes you
oh,
wonder,
this
is there
one
some other
has.
aspect of like something
Yeah.
in the title or the tags
Yeah.
or some
Oh,
weird
yeah,
thing
there's
that's
always
preventing it from
something.
getting shared more widely?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's always something. I don't know what it is, but I try to tell myself, you know what? It's going to be okay. But it never works.
Yeah.
I know.
Although, no, like I
know.
said, I'm getting much better about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, the past 2 weeks, this week I'm fine, but last 2 weeks I've been like, why put effort into, like, my next videos if they're just gonna...
Yeah, I can relate the
Not
Yeah.
motivation for
Especially like with
Yeah, it ruins my
January and
motivation.
February. It's like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people who are like, well, this is where I'm just gonna kind of like throw out some stuff because like we'll just throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks
sure.
because
Yeah,
like
and if it's
numbers
none
are
of it's
just
gonna
bad.
do well, might as well just do whatever.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, I think part of the challenge is like YouTube really does put that stuff like right in your face all the time, you know,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
like right there at the front of your studio.
Right,
page,
as
just
soon
like,
as you
"Hey, this
log into
video's
Studio.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously it's in YouTube's interest to get you to try and compete with yourself to get more views because then
Yeah.
they get more
Yeah.
ad revenue and whatever, but it's just very focused that way. And if you just want to put out content and just kind of what happens, if you're in that mental state, it's really hard to do that without having, you know, these numbers shoved in your face. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a good job at gamifying it to make you want to keep getting those numbers up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it never
Yeah,
really
yeah.
used to be that way. Like that's only in the last few years that they've started really dialing that stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a double-edged kind of
Yeah.
blade.
Yeah, it like from a business side of things, like, you know, it is nice to have those analytics, but it's also definitely so easy to be obsessed with them and to be discouraged if they're not
Yeah, especially
good and to see
because
those
a
ups
lot
and
of
downs
us
and everything.
are perfectionists. A lot of us are very
Yeah.
competitive, and a lot of
Yeah.
us are very hard on ourselves. And of course, that is not a good mix for you
Yeah.
know things like this. When you, it's
Yeah.
literally never. I mean, it's not always your fault. Like sometimes you could put out the best ASMR video you have ever made, but YouTube just because maybe the title isn't the best or the thumbnail or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be shared. People aren't going to click because they're not seeing it, and you think, "Wow, I suck," and that's not what it is.
So we just
Yeah.
got YouTube partner, and I logged into that whole thing, and it was like, hey, there's one notification of someone has stolen your video. And I was like,
Hey,
yay, a fan stole a video. And I was
Someone re-uploaded our stuff.
Yay. And so I went to go look, and it was like, Amy K has posted 100% of episode 3 of Roll for Relaxation. I'm like, oh yeah,
Amy,
that's right.
how
Oh.
could you?
I know.
How
It's like,
could you?
do you want to claim it? Do it like a notification claim? And I was like,
Give her a copyright strike.
For a copyright strike. No. No.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I am your number one fan.
I,
then by
Hold on a
transitive
second.
property, that makes Amy K's number one fan. My number one fan. Right? Anyway, should we play some D&D?
Let's play some D&D.
All right.
yeah.
So let's get Sirenscape going.
Sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects. Shh, bring it in. Oh my gosh. I have like all of the sounds that we've used on a single page, so I have to do so much scrolling.
That sounds overwhelming.
I know, I should have organized it better.
No. Cancel.
Also, it's okay if you click and then watch later. It's not amazing for us, but if it's, I feel like a lot of the biggest fans do that, but I don't care because they're clicking on it to support us and say hi, and
Yeah.
I would never care that you did that.
Yeah,
Oh,
also
maybe,
hi,
maybe.
everyone. Thanks for coming out. Hi, Jane Kitchen. Hi,
Yes.
Calvino, Flying Squirrel.
Hi again, everybody. Calvino, maybe we can provide you some inspiration for your short story.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for voting on the polls and suggesting things and stuff.
So excited to see this NPC you guys came up with.
We're not supposed to know about it. We don't know. We don't know any of.
But they all voted on it.
What NPC?
What NPC? What pops up in our feed too. So. I like to click on things.
So, last time, in our story, what happened? So, the gang had. Oh, thank you, Jade.
Oh my gosh, Jade.
Thank you.
That's insane.
What do we do with that, you guys?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It'll go
Gem.
towards something.
But it's always
The art fund or something. I don't
The art fund, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
Totally. Oh,
Again, thank you so much for that support.
Thank you,
That's
Jade.
so cool.
Oh.
Yes, so last time they had followed the evil bandit Lord Kasim to his bandit den. And
There's a
yes,
lord?
Kasim. You know I couldn't think of a word. Shut up. And then they fought a rug, and Intari almost died from a rug.
Yeah.
Stupid rug.
Almost got smothered to death by a stupid rug.
Yeah.
Stupid rug. That was close.
And then they, who was it? It was Dune. He found a chest filled with loot, and he had opened it right when the story ended last time.
Oh, that's right. It was like, what's inside? We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We also found a secret thing down the well.
The water.
Yes.
Yeah, we were about to go into the.
Archaeology department or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Intari and Marion had found an old archaeology building from the Second Empire, and that is and in the general story, they are on their way to the Eastern Gate to meet a very powerful woman who might know about the Sphinx that is related to Dune's magical item, and that is where we left off. So,
So much
Like
adventure.
story hooks.
so, Dune, you open. Do. And covered in gold and silver, you see laying diagonally in this chest is a sword.
Oh my. This is beautiful. Oh, look at it glitter. Oh.
It has a white leather handle. It has a very fine, delicate curve. It's a leaf-shaped blade. You know, being a trader, that this is elven work.
Fine elven craftsmanship. Oh, this is breathtaking. Can I just take a good look at it, see if I can discern maybe something about its value or origin beyond just being elven. Also,
Yeah.
whether it's like magical. I don't have detect magic, but maybe I can smell the magic.
Yeah, roll investigation.
All right. Not my best investigation.
Okay, so what was that? That was 17. What did Jade say? Okay, 17. On a 17. Are you picking it up?
Yeah, I guess I will pick it up and sort of turn it over in my hands. I pause.
Okay. So
Spooky sounds are quite loud.
I've turned them down slightly.
Okay, thank you. I was getting too spooked.
Okay, yeah. Too spoopy.
Spoopy 5.
Roll a D100.
D100. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
11.
11. You have found a very spooky. I'm sorry, everyone, how spooky it is.
It's a very spooky story.
Yeah, this is a moonblade, and it has had one previous owner. It is a +1 sword. It's a long sword.
+1 longsword.
And it
Elven.
is required. You need to be an elf or half elf to attune to it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that would definitely be sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the amount of other coinage that you find in here, it's about 50 gold.
All right. Do I have a sense of what the value of the sword itself is?
You know that these are legendary items, but they are worth more the more owners that they've had. They kind of take on the essence of each owner. And so because this one is a fairly new one, it'd go for like a fourth of the price of the normal one, probably.
Let's do it, but still, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dune's probably got a sword guy. He'll get a good deal.
Oh, I definitely have. I have many weapons, guys.
Yes.
I'm sure I know somebody who can make good use of this. Get top dollar. This is beautiful. Look what I found over here. Look at this blade. Oh, Marin, I guess, is down in the well.
Are we
Yeah,
down?
so is
Yeah.
Intari. So you're just talking to Cassine.
Turn around.
I'm talking to Harud. Harud is there.
Oh, yes, how rude. Look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. You know, I am a half elf, so I could use it while I'm traveling with you.
You know, that is a very excellent idea. We will discuss it with the others when they return from whatever they are doing down there.
Okay, and as you say that, the music switches and we change scenes.
Blub, 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 blub.
Yeah, let's see how loud this sound effect will start. Can
Oh,
you
that's
guys
nice
hear
and
that?
subtle. It's very quiet. That's all right.
Okay. So you guys are underwater, and yeah, you've come across these double doors that are in the side of this underground water spout that you're in. And you've read the sign that you know that this is a Second Empire archaeological site. Do you open the doors?
Are there any other markings on the doors?
There's one that it gives the hours. It wasn't open past sundown.
Marin's
Back in
going
this
to
thing.
knock on the doors. if that would even work.
Yeah, sound travels
Doesn't-
further, I think, underwater.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one opens up the door.
Marin's gonna just go for it then and open it up.
All right.
Well, I suppose
You-
we have to let ourselves in.
Classic Marin.
Hey, question. I did the alter self spell,
Mm-hmm.
which means that like I have gills and I can breathe underwater. Can I talk underwater too?
You can talk underwater. I mean, it sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah, yeah, but I would at least be able to like
Yeah, it
mostly
sounds
communicate.
distorted and
Okay.
elongated and deep. But yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely do it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So these doors open up. And you see what are like walls that are a quarter of the height that they used to be. You can see the outlines of these like old First Empire barracks. Marin, you immediately know that these were like the areas that they would have the men live in. So this wasn't like the nice, fancy upper crust stories that the women would live in. This is like the down under, the crappy part for the laborers and stuff. Yeah, they have a gift shop there, and there's like next to these ruins they have another building that is like a museum that you could walk through or swim through now that it's underwater.
Marin's going to turn to Antara and be like, "Oh, I think this is where they kept the men, the laborers, since the women were, of course, the upper echelon of the society. Oh, is that a gift shop?" And she's gonna swim over to the gift shop area and kind of take a look. Anything I could use, maybe?
Yeah, there's a bunch of seashells that have different names on them.
Could she look and see if there's one for Shell?
There's Shelley and there's Shelton, but there's no Shell.
She's gonna take one that says Shelly and maybe like find a way later to etch off the Y and put it in the pocket.
Okay.
Is there anything else like useful in the gift shop? Like anything that could possibly be a weapon or something that might be magical or anything like that?
Yeah, you search around and you find that this place has already been raided before.
Okay.
All right. I think there might be an area over there that's part of a museum. Is that what you said it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go check that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys come across. You go through into this museum, and there's a bunch of like old paintings and renditions of like what their life would have been like, and explaining what life was like in the First Empire, essentially. It leads you down this path. Eventually, you get to like the main display case, which is this this book of divination, a divinatory book. And if you read the little plate describing it, and it says a secret book of magic spells by a laborer who had this book illegally.
Ooh.
Didn't we find a diary? What was it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that was some of the stuff that we got at the archaeology place in Solanon that was transcribed for you, or that you're taking your time to read through, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah, Marin's gonna take a closer look at this book if she can. I don't know if it's behind any glass.
Yeah, it is behind some glass. Yeah, you take a look at it, and you are a sorcerer, and so you're not a wizard. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to you. Like, you can kind of read some of the text a little bit, because you are a First Empire archaeologist, but, like, yeah, you can't grok it.
Thinking this is no use to me. I think I'll leave it. You know, must preserve the archaeology of it. You don't want to ruin the site too much.
This is underwater, though. It's not like a whole lot of people probably come here.
Well, you know how it is. You don't want to disturb the history of it. It's not everything belongs in a museum.
But it's in a museum.
Oh, yes, right. It's
Literally
already in a museum, so there's no need to disturb it. Is there anything else, though, maybe sorcerer could use?
A sorcerer could use. This place has
It doesn't
been.
have to be something a sorcerer can use. That's just...
Yeah, like this place has been raided by the
Oh,
thieves. Pretty
can
much.
she take a closer look at the murals?
Yeah, she totally can. Anything in particular that you want to find?
Maybe... Does it... These murals, are they mostly... Just gonna get a sense if it's mostly about how the laborers lived, or if it was depicting how the whole society lived.
Yeah, it was mostly about how the laborers lived. And it's very much like stuff you'd experience on a school field trip. Like a lot of stuff that Marin already knows.
Okay. Well, there's nothing much here that is new. I guess I mean, unless you see anything in Tari.
Well, that book is rather interesting. Are you sure you don't want to take that? I mean, just because you can't use it doesn't mean that, we can't find someone else who would be able to read it and interpret it. I really
Well,
feel like we
that's up to
came all
you.
this way.
If you want to carry the book, that's up to you, but I don't feel like carrying it.
Okay, Antari's going to inspect this glass and see if it's something that she can smash. Can I smash the glass?
Yeah, roll Arcana.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Also, like, won't the book get destroyed?
That's
This is
true. I
smash.
don't want to... Yeah, if it's in glass.
I mean,
Like, is it
I need
airtight?
here.
9.
Yeah.
I have no
I
idea.
don't think that glass would ruin the book.
But would it get
We're
wet?
talking
Is-
about the
is it-
Water, are you not?
Yeah.
But isn't
Is
the
it...
book already, like, wasn't it, like, made for underwater? Or is it airtight glass?
Generally, magic books are water resistant. Like,
No.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's-
fabulous.
No
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
with a 9, you have no idea.
I have no idea. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna smash the glass. I'm gonna
You
take
will
out my...
Smash that.
I'm gonna smash that glass. I'm gonna take out my scimitar and kind of use the hilt of it to just kind of see if I can smash this glass and get to the book. We'll see.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll an attack?
Yeah,
or
roll an
strength?
attack.
Okay. Scimitar attack.
20.
3.
You smash this glass, and the ceilings open up, and skeletons of giant sharks descend past you, and those bones just float down on either side. Like, obviously, actually, no, this place wouldn't have been underwater back then, so it wouldn't have been sharks. Bones of just like giant wild cats fall down, floated down around you. Their security system obviously doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that gave me a heart attack. For a moment, I thought that they were, moving skeletons. But why are they cats? Cats can't breathe.
Well, maybe this place wasn't always underwater. Who knows?
Perhaps
You said
not.
it was the Second Empire. Were they underwater, or were they more
Well,
above the water?
maybe this...
I don't know. You're the archaeologist. You tell me.
Well, I'm guessing that because...
They were above the water.
Well, they must have been above the water because these are cats. So
There's cats, obviously.
there's cats.
There's
Dune's
cats.
ancestors.
And it doesn't look like this area is made for underwater. There are other things here that doesn't make sense.
Like there are water fountains and stuff.
Like
Maybe they're air
example,
fountain.
water fountain
That's true.
that I just noticed now.
So it must not have always been underwater. Okay, well, I mean, I think I've successfully smashed this glass, so I'm gonna...
Take the book and then let's go check on Dune.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
my spell also only lasts for an hour, so I don't want to
Okay.
be down here like too long. But
Yeah,
okay,
and
I will take the book.
in Tari, you get the sense that, like, if you and Marion worked on this together, you could uncover at least the ritual spells in here.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. Yeah, you know, there is some stuff in here. I mean, it's a bit strange, but I bet if you and I sort of looked at this together, we could piece together at least some of these spells.
Well, you were able to decipher that one scroll that I was
Yeah,
jargon to me, really?
yeah. So you know, we'll get some use out of this.
We'll bring this up.
All right.
Okay, yeah. You guys swim back up, and as you're swimming back up, you go by a school of seahorses that are beautiful, tropically covered.
Oh, so pretty.
You get to the top, and yeah, you're back with everyone else.
Ah, Dune, did you miss us? We're back.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I tried to show you what I found over here, and you had already disappeared down the well. Okay. Well, no, I'll show
Sorry.
you what I found first, then you show me what you found, okay? Look at this.
How do you know we found something?
Well, I hope you did. And by the looks of what you were
I'm
clutching
only
there.
kidding. Go ahead.
Look at this beautiful blade.
Oh wow.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, I believe this is a legendary blade of sorts. Very powerful, probably somewhat valuable, but unfortunately, it is more adapted to the anatomy of elves or half-elves, so it's not appropriate for me or for either of you. But Harut here, however, Harut could make very good use of this blade.
Harut, put it in your hand. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that elegance.
He strikes a dashing pose with that blade, yes. Well, Harut, if you would like to be the keeper of this blade for the time being, and when we get to the end of our journey, we will decide how to, divvy up the spoils of our adventure. But for the time being, I think you can make the best use of it.
I would be honored. And he bows.
Yes, so what we found. In Tari?
Yes, we found this this very old book. It looks like it's full of magical spells and rituals and things like that. So we're hoping that we can look through this and, perhaps learn some new ritual spells or
Fascinating.
It mentioned something about being a divination book, which I don't know much about, but I do believe Intari might be able to work with me on it.
yeah,
Divination book.
I think if we put our heads together, we could figure it out.
Did the scrolls that were transcribed from the archaeologists and so on not talk about an individual who was studying divination under the First Empire?
Wait, and Marin's gonna pull out her book that had the journal. Just gonna flip through and see if he mentions. He does mention divination that he was studying, but I mean, that's just something that he was studying. I don't know if maybe.
It would seem to be a very great coincidence if the exact individual that we were reading about did in fact also leave this book here. But who knows?
Well, I wonder if he mentioned his name at all in the diary.
The little plaque in the museum did say that he had it sort of illegally, didn't it?
Really?
I thought so, didn't it?
Yeah. Would you like to search for a name in both of them?
Yes, I
Yes,
would love to
please.
search for a name.
So, in the diary, you see that his name is Equish, Eqwesh, or Equish,
Oh yeah, I did write that down actually.
and there is absolutely no name in this divination book.
I see.
Well, it's difficult to say beyond maybe comparing the writing or something like that. But regardless, this is potentially a very useful find. A First Empire Book of Divinations. Very valuable, potentially. Also, potentially quite dangerous. In the wrong hands.
This is true.
Yeah, Marion, if you'd like to compare the handwriting, you could roll investigation.
Oh, I will definitely do that. But then I have to plug in my laptop because I forgot to do that.
Oh,
Okay. We do not want Marin to run out of batteries.
Yeah.
no.
No. I usually remember, but I did not today. Okay, let's roll investigation.
One here. Yeah, without one, you have no idea. Like, you just haven't seen
all,
enough of
they
this
just-
writing.
Yeah.
It turns
I
out
can't
all
tell.
First Empire handwriting looks the same.
Yeah, all First Empire handwriting looks generally the same to me, so I'm not sure. It could be the same, but it could not.
It was worth a shot. Perhaps we can find somebody else who is more well versed in First Empire writing.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, that is nonetheless very interesting. We shall have to see what we can make of this. But for the time being, I suppose we have a decision to make. Our prisoner, he's still alive,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's bound up, and Harut is looking after him.
Right. Now Harut
Now with
is
his fancy new sword.
fancy new sword, looking that much more intimidating.
Yeah.
The sword jumps out of Harut's hand, and Harut goes, "Oh, I have been meditating on the sword, and unfortunately, if I bind myself to it, I am bound for life."
Oh,
Oh.
Yikes.
well,
How
Harut,
do we feel about this?
Like,
how
How
about
much do you
this?
think you would be worth, dude?
yeah.
She's saying this like.
Well, it has only had one owner as far as I can discern, so as a legendary artifact, it's worth significantly less than if it had a long and storied history. However, it still possesses value as a beautiful physical object. I mean, look at the jewel encrusting, the gold, the silver, very fine craftsmanship.
Yeah, I hate to be this person, but I don't know if Harut is skilled enough to like own a legendary weapon.
He
He's
has
almost
saved our
died
lives.
several times,
Well.
but at the same time, I do really appreciate how he has jumped in front of. He's got a lot of courage.
He was
I'll
very
tell you
brave.
that.
Yes.
Very
However,
brave.
we did also only pay what, 2 gold a day for him, something like that.
Yeah, but
It was not very much. Is he really worth this? I mean, this sword is like at least
Probably
double
worth-
or triple or
yeah.
quadruple or more what we would have
Yeah.
paid for him for the entire journey.
He has put his life on the line for us on more than one occasion
yeah,
already.
he was
Yes,
very
yeah.
upfront about the fact that
Also, he's like right here.
if
He's
he-
like,
we're
I can
trying
hear
to.
you guys.
I'm trying to. no,
He's got his fingers in his ears.
Yeah. I do feel like
What
it
a
was
good
very,
guy.
really very nice of him to mention that if he attunes, it'll be attuned to him for life. And
That's true.
Giving
He didn't have
us-
to say that.
he didn't have to say that, and I thought that was very distinguished of him.
That's true. He has proven to be quite chivalrous,
Yeah.
quite courageous. Maybe, giving him this new legendary weapon would increase his power, by
Yeah.
quite a lot if he did attune
I
himself
do
to it.
believe he could make
And
good
not
use of
everything is about money,
this. Well, many things are about
Really,
money, especially in the desert. The Rorin, it runs on
Oh,
trade.
I mean,
But
money just. It's
But
in
this
big
is a
supply,
trade
so-
of sorts. It is a gesture of goodwill from us, but also an investment in Harut's future, and ours as well. So, Harut, would you be willing to accept this sword, and you may keep it indefinitely, in exchange for, well, I suppose, as payment for whatever future services you may render to us.
Yes.
Yes.
Gesture of goodwill.
You honor me so much, and if I happen to pass, I will bequeath this sword back to you.
Should that dark fate befall you, we will ensure that the sword is entrusted with a
Yes.
deserving new owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please. An elf as noble as I. That would.
We may
would
have
do my
to search
people
far
proud.
and wide for such an individual, but
Oh, please stop.
until we do, we will take good care of it. But that shall not come to pass. You will make good use of it, and I'm sure that it will be with you through many adventures.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we do need to meet up with someone, and I'm guessing we should probably get our show on the road here.
What are we doing about our prisoner?
Yes, we have
We
one
can just
more
leave him
decision
here,
to make.
right?
Yeah, you can just leave me here.
No, that's
I
what he
don't
wants.
like the
No,
way
I
he
don't
said
want to
that.
do that. Yeah,
I
me.
mean,
know, I was trying to be
take
nice,
me with you.
He did mention on several occasions there is a bounty on his name.
Is there?
No,
he did try
I
to
don't-
use that as
I
a
don't
bargaining
have to
chip with us.
travel with
I don't
him, and I
remember
don't
that.
want to travel with this energy. Ugh.
But we do
yeah, I'm so
have a
toxic.
caravan.
You are, okay?
We also have some rope we could gag him. Just
That's
saying.
true.
We
He
are
did not have to
toxic as
speak.
well. I mean, we do have the ability to melt his face off, but I just
This is true.
also melting people's faces off is not quite my thing.
It can be my thing. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Based on what I witnessed a few hours previous, I would say it is very
I'm
much your
thinking
thing.
maybe we
Yes,
all
yes,
turn
that's
our
my thing.
backs and Intari.
We are not killing this man in cold blood. As difficult as he has been, he has cooperated with us. He did lead us to their stash of treasure.
It's a semi. He also tricked us into.
He also tried to
fighting
kill
the
us
rug.
with the rugs.
That's true. You almost
Yes,
died.
I
to the
was
rug.
very, very, very close to dying because
That's
of
a
a
very good
rug.
point.
Yes, still a little bit sore about it. Just saying.
I think the right thing to do would be to let the authorities deal with him, and we reap the benefits of the bounty.
Marin's
All
getting-
right, here's-
she's sucking on like the lobsters, like.
All right. Here's the deal. We will take you with us. We're going to turn you over to the authorities. But if you prove to be difficult on the journey, then you will not be completing the journey. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
If you earn yourself good, or if you exemplify good behavior, you may earn yourself some leniency from us. Perhaps we will remove the gag after a time.
Leniency.
And not turn me in.
Oh, no. We will turn you in regardless.
I guess you would have to be very, 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 very useful in order for us to not turn you in. But we'll see
Okay.
how it goes.
Counterpoint. And he runs towards the exit.
Isn't he
Yes.
bound?
What?
He is bound. He's bound at his
He's
legs.
bound.
Okay.
Well, he could like hop.
Like hops
Yeah, he
over
Try
tries
to
to
hop.
sneak to the exit, and everyone just grabs him and tosses him to.
Cover
I was
his
going to
face.
say, I am not opposed to taking out my longbow for this guy.
Little target practice.
Oh my gosh, like in the beginning of Skyrim.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
I hate this so much. All right.
Good. Perhaps
Good.
it is some kind of karma for your evil deeds so far.
I almost died from a carpet.
A very fine carpet. It is a shame we cannot take it and trade with it.
Yeah, it's definitely,
Atari like side eyes the remains of the
So
carpet.
you have to stab with a spite.
it's definitely just right now. I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
Very well
let's
then.
get going.
Yes. Okay. Let's hit the road with our newfound prisoner.
All right. You guys hit the road, and you travel through the night, and it starts to become daytime, and you guys are taking your watches. I assume that Marin will be reading more of her diary. All right. So,
And Intari will be writing more of hers.
Yes.
yeah, and looking into
The spell book.
the spell book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do the spell book first.
Okay.
Okay, as you guys look over that, Marin, make a history check with advantage because Antari is helping you. So you're going to try to decipher
Yay.
these runes. 16. All right. You are able to translate this, and you realize that the first spell is the spell Alarm.
Ooh.
Okay.
And that's what,
Alarm.
yeah. So, which is one that Intari could learn
Ooh.
if she doesn't know.
This is not
already.
something I could do, but Intari, do you know this spell already?
You know, I don't know it yet, but I think it's something that I could do. Certainly.
Maybe you could try. Although alarm sounds like something that maybe we shouldn't do in the middle of the night.
Middle of the day when others are
Oh,
sleeping.
middle
yes.
of the day. Sorry, while others are sleeping. But maybe
Yeah.
once everyone's awake, we can give it a go.
Yeah. Definitely. So it looks like I could actually, set a trap like in a doorway or a window where we don't want to be
Oh.
disturbed.
That's what that is. I can't really read it very well, so.
Yeah. Or a mental alarm can alert me too. So if we don't want it to be heard by other people, I could set the alarm, and then if someone tricks it, then I'm alerted of it. That seems quite useful.
Interesting.
Yes.
That could be useful.
Yes, definitely. Fascinating, yes. I will definitely add this to my grimoire.
All right,
Okay.
I'm going to read my diary.
All right. This morning, there was a loud explosion. Apparently, they managed to capture a large asteroid that is absolutely brimming with adamantium and mithril ore. Hopefully, we can use that to build some more towers. It's getting so cramped down here. Some of the newer masons might get swapped over to doing metalwork. Not me, I hope. I get overheated just doing masonry. And I just got good at masonry too. In my room, I made the perfect hiding spot for some of my stuff. It's where I keep my divination book. I'm really proud of it too. No one could be able to tell it's not part of the wall. I tried doing divination with star cards that I made myself. Pulled a star-crossed lover's card. I honestly have no idea how to interpret that. Going to a dance isn't on my work schedule, and it's not like I get to see women any other time. The next entry. My foreman informed me that we're sectioning off some of the living quarters. Some of the women from up above got some kind of curse. They'll be moving into the cordoned off section, and that includes my old room. I got to choose my new room, and I chose one that shares a wall with my old one. Next entry. Shit. I forgot my divination equipment in my old room. If that woman finds it, I'm absolutely screwed. I need to find a way to get it back. And that's what you're able to read.
Oh my god. I can't wait to relay this.
Drama.
Yeah, and the rest of the day passes. You guys see an occasional travel group go by, some traders go by.
On my watch, I would also like to make a new healing salve.
Absolutely.
Something I can do. So
Hell yeah.
just adding that back into my inventory
Sweet.
because I can do that once.
Awesome. So, the new day dawns, and there is 95 days left until the
Alright.
apocalypse.
Oh
The
no.
apocalypse counter. And
I
one more
guess
day
the-
left to
the new
Illuminor?
day ends. Yeah. Wait, what was that, Nick?
How many days have we been on the road for now? Is that 2 complete days?
Yeah, that's 2 complete days.
Okay, so one more day left to our location, our destination.
Yeah, let me change the map for you guys.
Pretty sure it said 3 days from Solanon to Illuminor.
It's 4 days.
Oh, okay. So we have 2 days left.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I know that today's session has to be pretty short. So with that cliffhanger of what was read in the diary, that's where we'll end our session.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna ask about chatting with our prisoner a little bit, but we'll save that for next time.
Okay, yeah. And next time will you get to see the NPC that we made?
One day
What
the
will they
NPC
be?
will appear.
I mean, you guys know that it's gonna be an old, chaotic, good turtle lady.
Which sounds amazing. Yeah, say.
That sounds fabulous.
I was really surprised by some of the choices. Like, our group is so wholesome. Everyone was like going with good, and I was not expecting that.
I thought it was going to be an evil NPC. I also noticed there's interesting, like, the ages were arrayed from, like, oldest to youngest in terms of popularity.
Yeah,
was
which
interesting.
I totally thought Baby Turtle was gonna just
Baby turtle.
Some Baby Yoda
just
vibes
win.
going on.
Yeah,
No, but then we'd have to carry around a baby.
yeah.
Well, we were going to do that with Zoomerud, but then, yeah. I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah, we decided against that in the end. Yeah,
Don't worry, she's in good hands.
she is.
I vouch for
Seems to
the
be.
kobold.
Much better hands than if it had been with us.
Yeah, we're probably not very well qualified to take care of a young brass wormling or whatever she was.
Especially in the midst of like that last battle, you know.
Oh gosh,
She could have gotten hit.
have.
Melting faces is my thing. This group is so wholesome.
Well, to be fair,
Well,
that's
not
us,
this
but
group.
you guys are the wholesome ones.
I'm not wholesome. You guys are wholesome.
You needed a wholesome NPC. We've had some pretty wholesome NPCs. I don't know.
We've had a few.
Jafar was alright.
Jafar was alright.
He started off
Harut is
strong,
good.
but he started to annoy me when he was falling for.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Shma, whatever her name.
Morgiana.
Morge.
I was like, Billy Jafar.
Come on,
Come on. She's evil.
Hormones.
Can you not see?
Hormones, yeah. At the same time, I
Teenage
was
hormones.
like,
They're
of
children.
course,
Yeah.
of course.
That said, Bob, I forgot that you are included in the you guys are wholesome, so we retract that statement.
Yeah, and Loudon was also like evil, chaotic evil.
What if the whole plan is to make a NPC that is the opposite of what you guys vote for?
Yes,
God,
the
it's like,
opposite of a
ah.
turtle.
Such
No
I
reverse
was just gonna
psychology.
say, what's the opposite of a turtle?
Gnome.
A gnome? Yeah.
Chaotic
Yeah.
evil gnome.
Oh, it'd be a
No,
So,
lawful
so a
evil.
lawful evil.
That would be a weird
Lawful evil.
character. Would you
I can
guys
imagine,
ever?
like,
Oh, go Nick.
Like Peacemaker, lawful evil.
or some kind of like science-y person who has like,
Yeah, like-
follows some sort of strict rules
Yeah,
about how
they're
they investigate
evil
stuff, but they're
for a
working
reason.
towards nefarious deeds. Yeah.
Yeah. They have like a structure on why they're evil. It's not just like they're evil
Yeah.
to be evil.
Yeah, it's one of those NPCs. It's one of the evil ones where you're like, you know what? You're actually making a lot of sense.
And, like,
Like,
I
dang
hate to
it.
say it, but
yeah.
Are we the good guys?
are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
Would you guys ever want to do an evil campaign where you guys play evil
Yes.
characters?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no! I was
Yes,
so
yes,
bad.
yes,
I was
yes,
so
yes.
bad at playing evil characters.
Me too.
Oh, bring it on.
Like,
This is where I learned like who people truly are.
No, I heard this prompt for a campaign one time actually that was like before you start, everybody is dead. And so you go around the table and you pick how long you've been dead and like why you died. And then the first episode is a necromancer bringing your people back, kind of like a Suicide Squad sort of thing. So then you're like doing the bidding of this necromancer, but like as like reanimated dead. But like because you all have the backstories from before, like, you know, maybe you have a vendetta and you want to like get the person who killed you or check up on your family or whatever. But like, yeah, but
Interesting.
like it starts with you dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Like
that
that would be
solves
interesting.
a lot of the problems of evil campaigns were often like people have disparate goals. So it's like, why are
Right.
you evil people working
Yeah, why are
together?
we even together?
Yeah,
That's
true.
true.
But it's like we're all bound to the necromancer, so like we have to do kind of their bidding, at least on the surface.
Initially.
Maybe we all, if we do an evil campaign, maybe we all worship the same evil god or something like that.
We
You
do
work
a
for the
campaign
same
of like
evil
all
company.
sorcerers.
Yeah. The same evil company, yes. We all
Yeah,
work
the
for
same. There
Meta
you
or
go.
something.
I mean, there are a lot of different classes that like need a god.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. So we could be different classes, but all worshiping the same god.
It would have to be the right god too. It couldn't be a god that pits its followers against one another because that would be
Yeah.
problematic too.
Could
Or
be
not.
like the
I don't
Raven
know. I guess it
Queen or
could be
something.
we
okay,
could make up a god.
Yeah,
That's
go
true.
for it.
That's
but the
true.
rule could just
I-
be you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, like you.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's our
totally.
NPC, an old turtle, chaotic, chaotic
Chaotic,
good lady is
good
our
total
patron.
god. Yeah, I'd still suck. I'm pretty sure at an evil campaign. I'd be willing to
I'd be
give
like,
it a
you know
shot
what?
though.
Let's spare
I'd be
this
willing to
one.
give it a shot.
Just this once.
Just seems like a lot of work.
So it
Yeah.
sounds like you guys could be like Doctor Horrible type evil, where you're
there
bad
you
at
go.
being evil. Have you guys seen Doctor Horrible
Like
sing
the
along?
sing along blog.
Yeah.
No, but it sounds
God,
like
I've heard of
that's
it.
going back a ways.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's
It's an
just
older
like,
reference, but it checks out.
Thanks. Yeah, it has Neil Patrick Harris and Felicia Day. It was like,
yeah.
And Nathan Fillion.
yeah, it's the hammer. The hammer
Yes.
is my penis.
Can you say that on here?
I don't know.
It's near the end. YouTube doesn't check near the
No
end.
one's gonna know. It was a whisper. Doesn't
I
have to
didn't
make
hear
sense
it.
better.
So
Yeah, it's fine. It was just a quote from the movie.
I know.
But anyway, you'd like it,
I know.
Amy. I'm
I
surprised you haven't seen it.
probably will watch it because I like all those characters except for Felicia Day, and I don't know why.
Is it on Netflix? I feel like it used to be on Netflix.
It used to be on YouTube
It was a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay.
It probably is still on YouTube.
and Hulu,
Probably.
and Amazon. I feel like, yeah, a lot of things are on Amazon. Have you guys been watching the Critical Role cartoon?
I
It
haven't.
just
I haven't
finished. I
started
haven't
yet.
yet. But yeah, I was waiting for it to end so I could kind of
Okay.
binge it all together.
But
I'm curious
yeah,
for
plan on
people's
binging it.
opinions.
Yeah.
Chat
Yeah.
I
at me
heard
with your opinions.
somewhere that someone said that the first episode was bad, but then the rest is good.
That's what I heard too. It was like get through the first one, and then after that, it's way better. And I was like,
Interesting.
oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that like it was good, but the humor feels a little forced, especially initially. Whereas like in live play, it's much more spontaneous, so it's
Yeah.
funnier. But when it seems so like planned out,
Just
it
from
falls
the
flat.
like little snippets that I've seen on Twitter and stuff, it looks very much like the Avatar: Last Airbender animation and humor, which is interesting because they're not children. So I'm curious how that tracks and how that feels.
Yeah. It
Michael
is,
said it's good. He said the first two are very slow, but it's great
Oh,
after.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen all of it, and like starting at episode 3, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. But that's also like
Okay.
where the campaign got really good too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, when you start a new D&D campaign, sometimes it is a little bit of like
It's
building
a
up to
lot
it
of-
before you like
yeah.
really, and you're like,
True.
oh snap.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Now, will admit I have never listened to Critical Role, so I will not actually know the story at all. I will just be watching the
I-
show as like,
I haven't
New
seen that
media.
campaign, so
Yeah, I don't
know either. I don't know
follow
that campaign.
like in a super religious way.
I don't think I've ever gotten past like the 6th episode because I am just not a person to sit for 4 hours listening to a podcast. I like
yeah,
if
who
I'm on the
listens to
plane
D&D
or something,
podcast series?
I will listen to a podcast the whole time. But
Who watches a
or if I'm
D&D live
cleaning.
stream? Seriously.
I generally can only get through like 30 minutes every time, so I can never really get past like the 6th episode.
Oh.
gotta put it on 4x speed.
I usually do listen at like
Bunch of
1.5 or 2, depending on. Oh, I guess 1.5. If you do 2, sometimes it sounds a little funny. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's like I don't have anything against Critical Role. I just never really got into it. But I listened to the Adventure Zone, Their episodes are usually like, I would say between 1 to 2 hours, usually like about 1.5, I think. So that feels a little more doable. And again, I would usually do it like I'm washing dishes and I'm listening.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something.
Usually it has to be something where it's like a menial task. I can't, because like I like to do
Yeah.
like video games and ASMR at the same time.
Yeah.
But with ASMR, you can just listen. You don't have to pay attention. But with
Right.
podcasts, I want to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
can't like play video games and podcasts. So that's why it's like very specific times that I can actually listen to a podcast.
Yeah, fold laundry podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Driving.
exactly.
But again, I don't drive much.
That's
Not
it too, right?
often.
Like my podcast consumption has actually gone down over the last couple of years just because I'm not
Yeah.
Not
commuting
driving
nearly as much. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah, we listened. I got my husband into the Adventure Zone because we were road tripping from Minnesota to Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I put one episode on and I was like, if you hate it, we don't have to listen to anything else, but I just want you to hear this one. And then we listened to it like the whole way down and the whole way up. And I was like, yes. It was great.
Maybe I can get James to listen to a podcast because I want. He got a new job. I mean, I won't mention like details on stream, but there's like a week in between where he finishes his job and starts his new one, and I'm like, we have to do a vacation, and so I don't want it to be too far, but I want it to be like at least a few hours away, so where it feels like a vacation.
Do you want to come to Georgia? Just saying.
I mean,
Georgia. You go to like Savannah. Savannah, Georgia is beautiful. Savannah. It's really pretty.
I've never been, but Sarah has been and she
Not that
loved
far
it.
from Savannah.
actually not that far away from me. Well, it's far enough to where I'm like, okay, that's pretty far.
Oh, okay.
But, well, you know, if you take a day.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into, like, maybe there's, like, something near Atlanta or wherever. I'm not sure
Totally.
exactly, but
There's a lot of fun stuff near Atlanta,
yeah.
for sure. Like me. Yeah. Yeah.
Was there anything in chat that I missed?
There were some good comments about like how by giving Harut the sword if he had a mysterious accident.
I was thinking that
Oh,
too.
Jaime. Yeah. This red
genuinely-
shirt looks very dashing.
Yeah, right. Like as you guys were talking about, like, well, he almost died. I'm like, well, then giving him the sword is a benefit. Like, if it's just gonna
I was
die.
actually thinking that, and I felt really bad for thinking that. Because I genuinely, I think that is very nice of Haru to just be so dashing.
He's quite gallant, yes.
Gallant.
He is quite gallant.
So I want him to have the sword and live a long life.
We
Yeah.
shall see.
We
Yeah.
shall see. Hopefully get into his acting career.
That's right. I have to introduce him to a guy.
That's right. Your
Yeah.
acting guy. Your
Yeah, a
play
recruiter
guy.
or whoever. Yeah,
Yeah. Talent scout guy.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Thanks, Jade.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Jade.
Yeah,
Love
thank you again, Jade.
Yeah,
That was
sorry we have to-
incredibly kind.
Mm.
Yeah, for
Super
real.
generous.
Thank you so much.
Seriously. So great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
And sorry we have to end the stream a little early tonight.
Yeah.
But we got some
We
stuff
got-
that we gotta do.
Life things. Pesky life commitments.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yeah, and we'll see when the next one is. We just kind of
Yeah.
got to roll with it.
So, Sage
Yeah.
probably got some
I
life
can-
things.
Life things. Yeah, a new life thing.
Yes, a small life thing.
Yes, that's getting bigger. Yeah, I mean, next week is probably fine.
Okay.
After that, it's kind of anybody's game.
All
We'll
right.
see.
It's
We'll
up to
see.
the baby. All
It's
right.
yes, the baby comes when the baby wants to come. So
I would like to see the baby.
All right.
That's right, the
Bye,
newest character,
guys.
right? Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time, whatever it is. Thanks again for being here. Love you guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.